I am so excited because in this video, we're going to be planning our 2026 finances together. I'm going to be sharing how I combine two ultra-specific frameworks that you've probably already heard of to supercharge your 2026 financial goals. We are locking in. The very first framework that I use is actually backed up by a neuroscience study. Basically, it's a psychological hack. The study says that people are 42% more likely to achieve their goals if they write them down. So the very first thing that I do is I write down every single goal that I want to have for 2026. The second framework that I use is something that I actually do in my full-time job as a financial examiner called the SMART method, S-M-A-R-T. We'll go through that acronym a little bit later, but those are the two methods that I use, and I combine those to supercharge my goals. And you don't have to just use this for money. You can use this for other goals as well. Just to show you the power of what these methods do when you combine them, I was living paycheck to paycheck a few years ago. Fast forward to this year, I'm almost completely debt-free. I maxed out my Roth IRA. I paid for my wedding and my honeymoon completely in full with no debt. I have savings. I have an emergency fund. I have investments. I have retirement. I have Christmas completely saved up and paid for. I have a house down payment. I'm not saying any of this to brag, but show you proof that using this method fast forwards your progress. We're going to sit down, grab yourself a nice cup of tea, get your notebook, and we're going to get this process started. I can hear you saying, there's no way I could do this. I don't make enough money. I have a ton of debt. We're not bringing excuses with us into 2026, my loves. Just stick with me and let's go through this together because I really want this for you. I don't want to miss this step. So before we get started, we're going to be in a really good positive place. It makes it so much easier to work towards our highest and best goals. We are going to be excited. We're going to be upbeat. We're going to be looking forward to this beautiful new year and our new fresh start to work towards the financial life that we deserve. The first way I start off my process is I journal and I write about what I did positively and accomplished during my current year, because we've already learned this is a really powerful method to write things down. So what financial achievements are you proud of in 2025? They could be big or small. One of the things that I talked about in the intro is that I'm really proud that my husband and I were able to pay our wedding and our honeymoon in full without having any debt. The other thing that I'm really proud of is maxing out my Roth IRA for the year. Here are some additional questions. What kind of financial habits do you have that are helping you? What new financial concepts did you learn this year? What financial goals did you start? Even if you didn't finish, it's still an achievement that you at least started something. And if you tell me, Kristen, I absolutely cannot think of a single thing that I'm proud of or that I accomplished financially this year, you're watching this video. If you're sitting there and watching this, you're already thinking that you want to have 2026 be the best financial year ever. That's already an accomplishment. I want you to write that down because you're doing it right now. And if you absolutely are just completely stuck, then think of something non-financial that you accomplished. The goal with this step is to just feel really positive and give yourself proof that you have achieved something, be it big or small, to help prime your mind and get you ready for the next step, which is having a vision. In order to have the very best 2026 financial year, you have to have a vision. As a financial institution examiner, every single financial institution that I go into has a map. We call it a strategic plan. It lists out their big goals that they want to achieve for the year, and then they break that down into quarterly achievements and monthly targets. By the end of the year, they know that they're on track to hit their financial targets. That clicked for me. I realized that I want you to think like yourself. I want you to have your own vision and your own priorities, but I want you to act like a corporation. I want you to have those big strategic plans that you're breaking down into actionable steps. Your financial vision is whatever is important to you. What do you want to have in your financial life? What does that look like? What does that feel like? What does that mean to you? For me, there are certain things that I think everybody should have as a part of their financial life. And those things are having an emergency fund, having investments, having a retirement account, sinking funds. And these are things for like car repairs or vet bills or kids' medical expenses, things like that. That would also include having really big goals. Are you planning to get an education? Are you going on a really big trip? Or are you planning to buy a home? And if I'm being honest, it doesn't have to be a house. It could be a condo, it could be a townhouse. It doesn't have to be an actual house. If you have debt, part of your big financial goal should be getting out of debt. Think about the things that you want in your life, but let's not forget about the fun stuff. Do you want coffee every weekend? Do you want to be able to go out with your friends and have happy hour or have brunch together? Do you want to go on trips every year? Do you want to have a lot of self-care? Do you want to have facials and massages and get your nails done and your hair done? Everything that you want, write it down as if money is no object right now. Because right now I want you just to play pretend pretend with me. I want you to just go into your mind and just think of all the things that you really, really want in your life. Not things that your spouse wants or that your kids want or that your parents want. What do you want? Because this is your life. So I want you to be unapologetically choosing yourself for this step. I want you to also write these big visions down. I want you to write a list, or you can put it on your phone. You can actually even do a vision board style. I just tried to make this video as easy as possible. And this is probably the least resistance, is just getting a notebook or a piece of paper and writing it down. I want you to put it somewhere where you're going to see it every single day, because those are the things that you're going to work towards. Of course, I talked about how my family is really important to me. One of my big visions for next year is helping my family with their educational pursuits. I want to set up investments for them so that we do it jointly together, and I help teach them how to grow their money and wealth along the way. I want this to be an annual goal. I know eventually I'm going to have to buy another car, and I do not want to get a loan for it. I'm going to be saving up over the next few years so that I have enough to pay for a car in full, because it's really important for me to stay out of the debt cycle. If you're thinking these are really big goals, well, here's something small. I realized that one of my habits is that I splurge on something and not have it in my budget. For 2026 is every single paycheck I've allocated a certain amount of money that I can spend guilt-free for fun on whatever I want. If I want to take my husband out for coffee, or I want to treat a friend to lunch, that's what that money is there for. So now it's built into my budget. It's staying out of the debt cycle, but I'm working with my habits to create my full big vision. What are you doing? Yeah, hi. Do you want to say hi? It's my chunky bug. Your financial priorities don't have to be extravagant or incredible. They could just be these small little things. Like if you want to buy a nail polish for yourself every paycheck, okay, write that down. And here's the thing. If you're living paycheck to paycheck right now, which is where I was not that long ago, and you're telling yourself there's no way I can dream, I can't do what you're doing, I'm never going to reach my goals, just dream with me for 1 minute. Because when I was buried in debt and I was living in a 400 square foot condo, eating ramen noodles every day, I was stuck in that mindset of I'll never get there. I'll never have enough. It felt like I was getting crushed under a rock. I want you just to expand with me for a moment. This is where you start. This process has gotten me from there to where I am today. I mentioned a lot of things in the beginning. I'm able to save for things and pay things off in cash. I have sinking funds for that little kitten you just saw in case he, stops drinking water and gets dehydrated and needs to go to the vet, and it's $1,000. True story. Everything is possible. You just have to give yourself permission to dream. Dreaming gives you direction, and dreaming gives you power. I'm really excited. I want to hear what your dreams are in the comments. Tell me what your big dreams are. What is at least one thing you're going to work towards in 2026? And while you're down there, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. Thank you. Now that you have an idea of what your vision is going to be, let's make it practical. In step 3, you're going to create SMART goals. This is that second method that I combine with writing down my vision and my big dreams. Let's break this acronym down. S means specific. What do you actually want? The M means measurable. You need to have a specific period of time. For us, it's going to be the end of 2026. We're giving ourselves 12 months to accomplish our goal. This is how you track your progress. Achievable. Is it realistic? So if your goal, for example, is I want to have $1 million by the end of 2026, that's not really going to work out if you're starting with 0. I'm not saying that you can't achieve it, but it's less likely to be achievable next year. But a realistic goal could be, I'm going to save up 5,000 by next year. So you're still working towards that $1 million goal, but you're actually going to have a multi-year long goal. You're going to have multiple years to work up to that. The R means relevant. Does it match your priorities? And it should, because we just went through this last step where you picked priorities and visions that are applicable to only you. T means time bound. For us, it's the end of 2026. For example, you want to save $1,000 by the end of next year. You are going to say, I am going to save $1,000 for my emergency fund by the end of December 2026. So the SMART part of it, the S, is saving for your emergency fund. It is very specific. The M, measurable, the $1,000. Achievable, yeah. If you break this goal down into paycheck-sized chunks and you have 26 paychecks in a year, you're saving about $38.50 every paycheck. That sounds achievable, right? Relevant. Is it relevant to you? Well, yes, because you want peace of mind. You want to have a safety net in case something happens that you can rely on yourself and you have that money set aside. And time bound by December 2026. 2026. That's it. This is something really important that I need you to also understand. It's not failure if you don't save to the exact dollar. The whole point is getting as close as you can and building that muscle of being able to figure out what your priority is, get a plan in place, and then hit those metrics just like a corporation does. That's something you can do. That is something I think is missing in a lot of our lives, that we don't actually have these plans in place. If you're thinking, I'm in debt, I'm in this payoff journey, I don't have a lot of extra money to be doing all these big grand things just yet, right? If you can't hit your goals perfectly, you're not going to beat yourself up over it. We're not doing that anymore. You can fulfill your financial vision in smaller steps until you can get to the bigger goals that you want in life. You don't have to feel deprived if you are creative and you find other ways to feel accomplished and feel good and feel like you're working towards your dreams, even if you're not quite where you want to be yet. I have a quick little bonus for you. This isn't part of this strategic planning process and creating our big financial goals, but I've done for the past 8 years is I'll pick a word for the year. So the word that I'm going to use to represent my 2026 is ascend. I want to ascend beyond my excuses. I want to ascend to a point where even if I'm scared, I want to do it anyway. Even if I'm afraid of the growth or afraid of the challenges, and just remind myself, I have done a lot of hard things and I can ascend over anything. Think of things like brave, hopeful, strong, consistent. Think of action words that you want to represent your next year. Write it down somewhere so that you see it every single day. I really do think it's going to help you stay on track, and it's going to apply to any of these vision steps that you have written down. Every time you see that word, you're going to remember, I have this big vision for the year. It's really helped me do a lot of things I think would help you as well. Step 5 is creating habits and tracking. I'm pretty boring. I just use an Excel spreadsheet. It's worked for me for a long time. You can use an app, or you can just write things down as you go. You want to know what you need to save and how that works out and fits into your budget so that you can work towards your goals and achieve them by the end of this year. Then the habit part is making sure that you're keeping an eye on these goals every single paycheck. And I like to use paychecks because that's just an easy measurement, but you can do it once a week. You can do it once a month. The goal is just to make sure that you're seeing these financial goals pretty regularly and then being able to track them and monitor them so you know where you are at in this process. Again, don't feel bad if you don't reach your goal. As long as you're working towards them, that's the whole part of this process. Maybe your financial goals are too big and you have to scale it down a bit. Maybe your financial goals are too small and you can actually build more things into your budget. The whole point is just to do this exercise because every single year it compounds. Last year I had goals that I added to this year. Next year I have goals that I'll add, and every single year just helps you grow more and more and more. Before you know it, you have 6 figures in the bank and you're like, this is amazing. I can't believe I didn't start this process so much sooner. I do want to share with you, I have a Fearless Financial Workbook that I'm working on right now. Get on my waiting list. You're going to want to be a part of it. It helps ambitious women align their finances with their big goals. In summary, we felt really good before we started this whole process. We reflected on what our achievements were for 2025. We had big visions for 2026, and we broke those down into achievable goals. Then we created habits and tracking mechanisms so that we know we're going to make our 2026 financial year the best ever, because we not only wrote it down, but we also used the SMART method to be very clear and specific to create actionable, measurable, achievable goals. Get clear on what you want and set up an action plan so that you can actually start working towards your financial goals next year. Women need to have control over their finances. You need to be confident with your money to show you and prove to you that this process helped make all of that possible. And it really does start with these small, consistent goals that just grow and build and compound over time. I'm so excited for you. Here's your next step. Write down your word for 2026. Choose one financial goal that you're going to plug in and start to work towards next year. And you're going to get on my waiting list for that Fearless Financial Blueprint. If you liked this video and it helped you feel more confident to start off on a really good footing next year, please like and subscribe and share. It really helps my channel. Thank you so much. You deserve to feel fearless with your finances, and 2026 is your year to start. This is your sign. If you liked this video, you're going to want to watch this next, and I will see you in the next one.